Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please check it. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Can open it. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Please check it. All right. Good evening, guys. All right, sir. And check it what we completed there in the last session. So I think so we are discussing about typecasting. In a typecasting, explicit typecasting, the topic here we are understanding. All right, sir. First of all, tell me what is typecasting? Process of converting data from one data type to another data type. That is the meaning of typecasting. All right, sir. What is the advantage of typecasting? Flexibility to use data in Java applications. Next one is how many types of typecastings are available? Two types. What are the two types of typecastings? Primitive data types typecasting and user-defined data types typecasting. All right, sir. What is primitive data types typecasting? The process of converting the data from one primitive data type to another primitive data type. Next one is what is user-defined data types typecasting? The process of converting the data from one user-defined data type to another user-defined data type. Right, so to perform user-defined data types typecasting, we need either extends relation or implements relation between two user-defined data types. So then only we are able to perform it. That's why we will discuss about this user-defined data types typecasting at the end of the object orientation. In object orientation, whenever we are going to discuss about inheritance, there we are able to get it. There's a point here. Next one is after completion of this, another thing is like what there primitive data type typecasting. There are two types of primitive data types typecasting: implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. What is this implicit typecasting? The process of converting data from lower data type to higher data type is called implicit typecasting. To cover all possibilities of implicit typecasting, Java has given a chart. What was the chart that was provided by Java here? Byte to short, short to int, int to long, long to float, float to double, then char to int. Right, sir. In Java applications, to perform implicit typecasting, we have to assign lower data type variables to higher data type variables as per the above chart. Right, sir. Already we are given that one assignment here. Byte b is equal to 10 and I is equal to b. When we compile the above code, that is assignment statement, compiler will perform some actions. What compiler will perform there? First, compiler will recognize right side variable data type and left side variable data type. Compiler will check whether right side variable data type is compatible with the left side variable data type or not. If right side variable data type is compatible with the left side variable data type, compiler will not raise any error. At the same time, compiler will not perform any typecasting. If right side variable data type is not compatible with the left side variable data type there, definitely compiler will raise an error. What exactly the errors we are able to get now? Up to Java 7 version, possible loss of precision. Right from Java 8 version, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from, right, some XXX data type to YYY data type. Right, sir. Then one more point I'm telling there, in Java, compiler is not responsible for typecasting. Compiler is responsible for only what their type checking. But who is responsible for typecasting there? JVM. At runtime, JVM is responsible for what their type checking. That means typecasting. Right, sir. Then one more point. In Java, which variables are, which data types are compatible with which data types? If we come for it, no? Answer is very clear. All lower data types are compatible with higher data types, but higher data types are not compatible with the lower data types. Because of this reason, we can assign all lower data type variables to higher data type variables. We cannot assign higher data type variables to lower data type variables directly. If we want to assign higher data type variables to lower data type variables, there we have to use cast operator. What we have to use there? Cast operator we have to use there directly. Right, sir. Then after that, when we execute the above assignment statement, JVM is able to follow two actions. What are the two actions that JVM is able to follow there? First one is JVM will convert right side variable data type to left side variable data type internally or implicitly. This is exactly called as what their implicit typecasting. JVM will copy the value from the right side variable to left side variable. Right? These are the points here we understood already. Some examples also we provided there. That's okay, nice. So few examples we have seen, almost all. Whatever the examples I discussed in the classroom there, everything I provide in the notes. There we have to just practice one more time about each and every one. At the time of practicing these examples, now try to understand the concept. Why error is coming, why error is not coming. Then only one line, it's a matter of one line I'm giving there. There we have to understand why error is coming, why error is not coming. All these points here we have to understand. Then only we can observe, we can understand the content here. Definitely if we go for this certification exam, Sun certification or OCJP, minimum 2 questions we are able to get from this typecasting, especially from implicit typecasting. So we should not neglect this. Even in the company written test also, we are able to get the questions from these models only, maximum from this content. So you should practice all these examples. All right, then after that, explicit typecasting, just we started there. What is this explicit typecasting or narrowing there? The process of converting data from higher data type to lower data type is called explicit typecasting. To perform explicit typecasting, we have to use the following pattern. What is this pattern here? We have to use there. P small a is equal to bracket Q B semicolon. B is a variable of higher type. A is a variable of lower type. Here cast operator is provided. This cast operator, right sir, this cast operator, right sir, the cast operator is able to perform like what there. The cast operator is nothing but like what there. It able to down the right side variable data type to the equivalent of the left side variable data type, either same as left side or maybe what there lower than left side. So where P variable is of higher data type than A variable data type, where Q is either same as P or lower than P. Like this here we are having there. Observe carefully. Some example I given. Int I is equal to 10, byte B is equal to byte I. Right side. Here also with the same scenario. If we compile the program, if we compile this assignment statement, what compiler is able to do there? Compiler is able to recognize the cast operator provided data type, left side variable data type. Now compiler will check cast operator provided data type is compatible with the left side variable data type or not. Compiler will check whether cast operator provided data type is compatible with the left side variable data type or not. If it is not compatible, then error will come. When is the not compatible situation we are able to get there? This cast operator provided data type is higher than byte data type. In this example, is higher than the left side variable data type are not compatible, then definitely we are able to get what their compilation error. Same error, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from one data type to another data type. If it is Java 7, up to Java 7, there we are able to get like what there possible loss of precision. Like this we are able to get. Next one is after that, after completion of this, Another thing is what there, if it is compatible, compiler will not raise any error. At the same time, compiler will not perform any typecasting. Again, I'm telling there, compiler is not responsible for typecasting. Compiler is responsible for only what there, type checking. Right, sir. Then after that, when we execute this particular instruction, what JVM will do? No, JVM will perform two actions. What is the first action here? JVM will convert right side variable data type to the cast operator provided data type. That means the total conversion is going on at right side only. That means explicitly that conversion is performed or not. If it is right side to left side, internally, automatically JVM will do that. But here we are doing the typecasting explicitly or not. Right, sir. Because of this reason, this is called as what their explicit typecasting. This is what their explicit typecasting. Right, sir. Now here, what I am telling to you, right side variable data type is converted to like what their cast operator provided data type. That is typecasting, explicit typecasting. Later on, JVM will copy the value from I variable to B variable. Later on, JVM will copy the value from I variable to B variable. This is what exactly the meaning of like what their explicit typecasting, what JVM is able to do now. Then after that, some few examples are given there. We understood already that few examples. Try to observe carefully here. Then first example, same as it is. Int I is equal to 10, byte B is equal to I in the sense directly. No error will we are able to get here. So we have to balance the data types at left side and as well as right side. For the purpose, we have to use cast operator. In that cast operator, we are able to provide what their byte. This example already we have seen. All right, so next one is int I is equal to 10 short S is equal to bracket short to I. Here also be the same scenario is going on there. All right, sir. First of all, compiler will check cast operator provided data type is compatible with the left side variable data type or not. Cast operator provided data type is a cast operator provided data type is compatible with the left side variable data type or not. Answer my point here. If both are compatible, if it is compatible, then automatically no compilation error. Otherwise, we are able to get compilation error. Here we have used short so that we will not get any problem here now. So both are compatible, both are same data types now. So compiler will not raise any error. But when we execute the program, JVM will convert I variable type to what their short. Then after JVM will copy the value from I variable to S variable. Right, sir. Next one is in place of the short I given what their byte. Yes, byte is also be possible. Why? Because byte is lower than short. Byte is what there lower than short. Observe carefully now. Right, sir. Then after that, after completion of this particular point here, another content is like what there. No. All right. Next one is after completion of this. Right, sir. Now I give you an information about characters. If you observe this implicit typecasting, in the case of this implicit typecasting, no conversion is existed between byte, char, short. In between these data types, no. In implicit typecasting, no typecasting is existed. Am I right or not? Right, sir. No typecasting is existed there. But in the case of explicit typecasting, it is possible. In the case of explicit typecasting, it is possible. Explicit typecasting is what their forcible typecasting. Right, sir. Explicit typecasting is what their forcible typecasting. Then it is possible there. Try to understand it now. Now observe carefully. Now int I is equal to 10. Okay. Then this point I have not given it. The later on I will give some examples to you. But this is wrong actually. Why? Because int I is equal to 10 I have given. But short S is equal to bracket char I given. Now here in this case, what happened there? No, I variable of type is what their integer that we are trying to convert it to like what their char. Is it possible to convert that integer to char? No, of course it. Okay, before that compilation we have to check. I think we forgot about compilation. Compilation we have to check. What compiler will do? No, compiler will check that char is compatible with the short or not. As per the implicit typecasting chart, is that char is compatible with the short? No, no, it is not. Char is not compatible with the short. So because of that reason, compiler will not allow this type of typecasting where compilation error here we are able to get. Right, sir. Next one. Now here I given one more point in this example. Here I given in the example x. X is a cast operator here we provided. Into short we are trying to convert. Cast operator is X, where what are the possible values for X there? For X, what are the possible values? Byte and char, no, not possible. Byte and short, yes, possible. Short and char, not possible. None, no, okay, not like this. Then there is answer here. What is that answer here? We are able to use there byte and short. These two are possible. Right, sir. Then up to this part I given there, but another example I have not given there. All of you take this next example. Right, sir. So in implicit typecasting, conversions between byte, char, short, this kind of things are not possible. Am I right or not? In implicit typecasting, but in explicit typecasting, it is possible. Explicit typecasting is what they forcible typecasting. Yes, sir. Explicit typecasting is what they forcible typecasting. So it is possible. Explicit typecasting is what they forcible typecasting. It's possible. Right, sir. Now let's observe carefully. Say for example, I want to take a byte b is equal to 65. Right, sir. Byte b is equal to what there? 65. Byte b is equal to 65. Next one is, first of all, char c. Just wait. Give a minute of time. Let me analyze this points. No. Char c is equal to b. I am writing now. This is which type of typecasting, sir? We are trying to perform which type of typecasting now? Tell me. Which type of typecasting here we are trying to perform there? Implicit typecasting. All right, sir. Is it possible to convert from byte to char in implicit typecasting? Not possible. So in implicit typecasting, definitely we are able to get what there? Compilation error. Definitely here we are able to get what there? Compilation error. It is not possible. So then what we have to do there? Java C space test.java. Incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from byte to char. Error we are getting there, not possible. But I want to make it is possible, then what we have to do there? We have to use what there? Cast operator. For that cast operator here we have to use there. Inside this we need to provide some data type. What data type we have to provide there? Either same as left side variable data type or lower than left side variable data type as per the typecasting charge. Now tell me, for character, what is possible here? No, char is possible. Do you have any other data type which is lower than that char data type? No. Do you have any other data type which is lower than char data type? No, no, not available. Am I right or not? Lower than char, it is not possible. Lower than char is not possible. Sir, got my point or not? So that's why only character is possible. Only character is possible. Now try to understand. See, observe carefully. Some typecastings are not possible in implicit typecasting, but some that the things which are possible inside what they're explicit typecasting. Understand the difference. Where typecastings are not possible in implicit typecasting, where explicit typecasting is possible. Now try to understand the situation. The typecasting between byte to char, short to char, not possible in implicit typecasting, but which are possible in the case of what they're explicit typecasting. Why? Because explicit typecasting is what they're forcible typecasting. Explicit typecasting is what they're forcible typecasting. So definitely here it is possible there. Right. Now let me check this one. Now if I compile this, here we are not going to get any compilation error. Java C space test.java compiled successfully, then where we are able to get output is like what there? 65 space A. What's the output we are getting here? 65 space A. That output here we are getting. Right, so now this is the program we can understand now. Understand my analysis part here. First of all, directly I shown this one. This is an implicit way where not possible error we are getting. Then immediately we converted this to what there? We converted to this what a explicit typecasting. In explicit typecasting, it is possible. Now it is going on. In explicit typecasting, it is possible. Now it is going on there. Right. So now let me compare and execute this. Then here we are able to get some output here. Directly we are getting this particular one. Right. So now this is exactly the meaning of like what there explicit typecasting what we are having. Right. So this is an example. Now status here, if we observe this status, if we observe this, no compilation error, no compilation error. Then what is that output here? Output value is what there? What is that output here? We are getting there 65 and A. We are getting output is what there 65 and A. This is the point here we can understand. So okay. Now I'm asking one question here. One more question to you. Now try to answer for it. My question is, all right, sir. Now, what is the reason here? The reason is what there in explicit typecasting, the conversions are possible between char and byte. Got it or not? That's the reason here. Explicit typecasting is what there forcible typecasting. In a forcible typecasting, we can convert from char to byte. That's the point here we have to understand. Right, sir. Now, let's observe carefully the next example here. Understand this in the next example. Say, for example, char C is equal to char C is equal to A. Char C is equal to A that I have taken. Observe carefully. Char C is equal to A. Next one is after that, after understanding this, char C is equal to A. Short S is equal to C directly. Tell me what is the status of this one? System outed println of C space AS. What is the status of this one? Now tell me. Right, sir. Error or no error? Definitely error. Now we are in implicit typecasting, but we are trying to convert from character to short. We are trying to convert from character to short. This is in what their implicit typecasting. Now let us check this clearly. Java C space tester.java. Sorry. Java C space tester.java. Now here we are getting some compilation error. That error would be like what there incompatible types possible lossy conversion from char to short. So whenever it is not possible in implicit typecasting, then what I have to do there? I have to go for what there explicit typecasting. Whether it is possible or not in explicit typecasting here, we have to check. There we have to use what their bracket. That is what their cast operator. What is this cast operator here? We have to provide there, guys. Now tell me your exam using there. In place of x, what are possible? In place of x, what are possible? All right, sir. Now, can I use short here directly? Short is possible or not possible? Yes, possible. Short is possible or not possible? Now, let me check with that. Now, Java C space test.java. Now, get no compilation error. Java space tester. Here we are getting output is like what there? A65. All right, sir. One example is what there? Short. Short is possible. After carefully. Now, here short. Directly here short is possible. We can understand. Status is like what there? No compilation error. Next one, another example, the same example here. All right, sir. Now here I want to use like what there? Byte. Byte is possible or not possible? Yes, byte is possible. We can understand this clearly. Byte is also be possible. All right, now Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space test output we are getting there. All right, sir. Now this also be possible here. This is another example, just we can understand. Right, sir. Here also be what is the status here? No compilation error. No compilation error is okay. Output is what there? What is the output here? We are getting there in both the cases. No, A and 65 output here. A and 65. Right, sir. Now the same output here we are getting even the previous program also. Output is what there? A65. Like this here we are getting. This is one point here. So reason is what there? What is the conclusion here? One point here I'm telling there. Conversions are not possible. Conversions are not possible between byte and char, comma, short and char in implicit typecasting. But these conversions are possible in explicit typecasting. Why it is possible here? The point is what there. Why? Because explicit typecasting is what there. Why? Because explicit typecasting is a forcible typecasting. I get my point on that. Forcible typecasting. Explicit typecasting is what there. Forcible typecasting. Observe carefully. This is what their forcible typecasting. In the forcible typecasting, definitely it's going to be available there. Observe carefully. This is the point here we can understand. That's okay, fine. Next one here. After this, another example. Everybody has to understand this. Next example. Listen carefully. I'm going to give one more example here. Int I is equal to, listen carefully. Int I is equal to 128. Byte B is equal to I. Tell me, sir, what's the status of this one? What is the status of this one? Error we are going to get. Why, sir? Why we are getting error here in this case now? Why we are getting there? We are trying to perform in implicit typecasting from integer to byte. We are trying to perform the typecasting from integer to byte. This is actual thing here. But is it possible to convert from integer to byte in implicit typecasting? No, not possible. So here we have to go for explicit typecasting or not. There we have to use what there? Explicit typecasting here we have to provide. But how we are able to perform this explicit typecasting here in this case? No. How it is possible to perform explicit typecasting here? Now answer is very clear. So here we have to provide like what there? Cast operator. So here what we have to provide there? Cast operator here we have to provide. Now here bracket we have to provide. Inside the bracket we have to provide one data type. Now tell me in this example what data type I have to provide. What data type here we have to provide there? Byte. Lower than byte is not available. Same as left side data type only. Byte here we have to provide. Now it is possible or not possible? As possible here. Now let us check this clearly. How it is possible here? Java C space test dot Java. Compiled successfully. Java space test. Output we are getting there. Okay, I think so. I need to give more point. Another point here. Okay, fine. So byte here we have to provide. Now it is possible. No compilation error here. No compilation error we are getting there. But what is that output here we are able to get? What output here we are able to get here? That's the question. No? Already shown that output also clearly. Here, what is that output we are getting there? Minus 128. Most of the people, what they are giving answer here in this case, no? Most of the people are saying their compilation error only. If I ask there, what is the reason for compilation error? No, they are giving answer is what there. Sorry, here 128 is available now. This 128 is exceeding max value of the byte now. So whenever we are trying to keep 128 in the byte now, there automatically error we are able to get. This is the reason people are going to give that. But in the case of explicit typecasting, internally cycle will be formed from lower to higher. Understand my point here? Cycle will be formed from lower to higher. Understand my point now? So there is a cycle from lower to higher. Observe carefully. Then what is that cycle here we are able to get there? How much max value, how much edge we are having, how much value is exceeded over the max value. The same thing, the rotation will be there at the bottom side. Bottom side in the sense what there? Lower side. Same edge is going to be adjusted here. Right, sir? No need to think much about it. I will give one simple shortcut for it now. By that we are able to calculate this point scale. What is the shortcut here I'm telling there? All of you are following the point what I'm telling to you know. Actually here 128 is exceeding max value of the byte. You may think that 128 may not be sit in a byte variable. But actually in explicit typecasting it is possible, but that 128 as it is will not be sit in the byte variable. Answer my point here. By having some cycle internally, somewhat native value will be stored inside the byte variable. What is that native value is going to be stored inside the byte variable? That's the question. For this question, I am giving clarity. One shortcut is available. I will give the shortcut to you. I prepared the shortcut for this. I will give some shortcut for you now. By the shortcut, we are able to get some clarity. Understand my point clearly now? All right, sir. Observe carefully. What is the max value of the byte, sir? What is the max value of the byte? 127. Observe carefully here. What is the value we are given? 128. What is the difference now? Difference is what there? 1 now. 1 minus 1. For every difference, minus 1. Minus 1, 0. To this 0, add a lower bound. Lower bound for the byte. What is the lower bound for the byte now? Minus 128. 0 plus minus 128. What is the value we are getting there? Minus 128. Don't worry. Simple calculation I am telling there. By that we are able to get some 1 or 2 examples I will provide. By that we are able to get it. So here we are getting like what there? Minus 128. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Minus 128 here we are getting. Observe carefully. Output is like what there? Minus 128. Okay, fine. Now follow the same calculation. For example, I have taken 130. 130. Apply this. 130 is what there? Exceeding max value of the byte. When it is exceeding max value of the byte now, how much is the difference between max value and the provided value? 130 minus 127. What is the value here? 3. 3 minus 1. 2. Add lower bound value to 2. What is the lower bound of the byte data type now? Minus 128. 2 plus minus 128. Minus 128 plus 2. What is the value here? Minus 126. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Shortcut is very simple. Try to understand it now. Now here, what's the value here? We have to get there. That value should be like what there? Minus 126. Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space tester. Here we are getting the values like what there? Minus 126. Got it or not? Right, sir. Next, observe carefully another point. For example, if I give 135, if I give the values what there? 135. Now check it now. What is the solution here? What's the point I'm telling there? Now tell me, what is the difference between max value and 135? What's the value now? 8. 8 is the value. Am I right or not? 135 minus 127. Right, sir. 8. 8 minus 1. 7. To the 7 add lower bound value. 7 plus minus 128. Minus 128 plus 7. What is the value now? Minus 121. Minus 121. Let me check this. Java C space test.java. Right, sir. No compilation error. Java space test. What's the value here we are getting there? Minus 121. All right, sir. Now similarly, one more, last one. Now we have to give answer for it. Now tell me what's the value here? You have to calculate and give answer for it. 140 are given the value. Are taking the values what there? 140. Right, sir. Tell me what's the value here? 140 is the value here we provided. Right, sir. Why you calculate too much? No. Answer is very simple. 140 minus 127. What is the value? 140 minus 127. What is the value? 13, right? 13 or not? 13. 13 minus 1. 12. 12 minus 128. What is the value? Right, sir? Java C space test.java. Java space tester minus 116. That's the value here we are getting there. Right, sir. Then anyway, there is a limitation even for the shortcut also. Understand it, no? But max we are able to get questions in this way only. But will not get questions on more than one cycle. Max we are able to get the questions on within a single cycle only. Understand it here. More than one cycle in the sense this formula will not work. Where some other we have to calculate. But I'm in the way of searching for it. But once if I complete that, then I'll give that no. But as of now, there's a shortcut here we have to understand. Now let me check this now. Let me give that point also clearly to you. All right, sir. Observe carefully. All right, sir. Now I'm giving the status also be status is equal to no compilation error. Status is what there? No compilation error. Output is like what there? Right, sir. Now this is what we are getting here. Then after that, observe carefully after completion of this. Now I'm giving some reason here. Try to understand. No, the simple formula here we have to understand it. No, if the given value is exceeding max value of the byte, if the given value is exceeding the max value of the byte, then the resultant value of the byte is, here I'm giving the formula. What is that formula here? Observe carefully. Given value is what there? N. If the given value N, if the given value N is exceeding the max value. So here, what is the calculation here? N minus 127 minus 1. Then what next one here? Minus 1. Then after that, minus 128. Minus 1 minus 128. This is a simple calculation only. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? Now in this way here we are able to calculate, but it is applicable for only one cycle. Within one cycle values only. More than that, it is not possible. It is not required for us. Max, we are able to get questions on this particular model only, not on different content. Observe carefully. Right, sir. Now this is almost all what I am telling there. How it is going to be calculated in general. Observe carefully. Just we can take one circle here. Now here, I want to take like what there. This is like 127. For example, I will take here. Okay. This is 127. And here I'm going to take, this is like what there, minus 128. Now here we are able to take like what there, 128. Observe carefully. Now it is going to be available in this way. Right, sir. This is a circle here. This we have to take. Please remember this. This is minus 128 and plus 128. Both are equal here. Understand it now. So how much edge we are having in this direction? How much edge is available in this direction? Same amount of edge will be there at the backward side. Same amount of edge will be there at backward side. So if we give the values like what there, 128, automatically here we are getting what value here? No, minus 128. If we give 127, as it is 127 only here, we are able to get no. But if we give some edge, then here also we were able to get what there, some edge. In that way, that cycle is going to be rotated here. As per that only we are able to get, but max, whatever the formula given, that will be worked out for only one rotation, one cycle only we are able to get. More than one cycle, we will not get it, no, max. In the case if it is coming there, as per this only here we have to calculate. Understand it now. This is a basic theory, basic theoretical point here, but not required to follow this. Directly we can apply that formula. For our max examples, we are able to finish it. Okay, leave this point here. Next one is what there. Then after that, after completion of this, some other example I'm telling to you. All right, so next example. Everybody has to give answer for this. Already you have seen this example. Right, sir. Now the point is what there. Byte B1 is equal to 60. Byte B2 is equal to 70. Byte B is equal to B1 plus B2. Byte B is equal to B1 plus B2. System dot out dot println of B. System dot out dot println of B. Right, sir. Now tell me, what is the status of this? What is the status of this? Will you get any compilation error? Yes, we are able to get compilation error. Why we are getting compilation error? Why, sir? Why we are getting compilation error? Right, when we add byte plus byte, two data type variables, the resultant data type is what? Byte plus byte is what? Integer. Integer we are getting. We cannot assign directly that integer value to what there? Byte. Am I right or not? All right, sir. Now here we are getting compilation error. Now what we required here, if you want to make it is possible, then what we required here, we need a cast operator or not. So the cast operator only we are able to achieve this. We are able to solve this. So I'm going to provide the cast operator. That should be what there byte. That should be what there byte. Am I right or not? Now tell me, what is the status of this program? Any compilation error? Still any compilation error? No compilation error. Compilation error? No compilation error. Right. So now let me check this. Java C space tester.java. Error we are getting or not? Or is that error we are getting there again? No. Possible lossy conversion from into to byte. Understand it? No. If I provide this bracket here, 1 minute. If I provide this bracket here, now this bracket is applicable for only P1, not for the result of P1 plus P2. Yes, sir, got it or not? Now this bracket is applicable for only what there P1. P1 data type is what there byte. Again, we are converting from byte to byte only. You are converting from byte to byte only. Again, what happened there? Byte plus byte. Again, byte plus byte is what there? Integer. So that's why here we are getting what there? Compilation error. So here the status is what there? Status is what there? Compilation error. That's it. Status is what there? Compilation error. We have to understand this clearly. All right, so next one. Another point I'm telling there. What is the solution for this particular one? Now I want to provide bracket for P1 plus P2. So these small changes are provided by that, might be in exam we are able to get with this kind of changes only. In our overlook, automatically we can give the right option there in the first example where compilation error is coming. But in this example, no compilation error. Why? Because now this cast operator is provided for the overall result of P1 plus P2. Overall result of P1 plus P2 is what there? Integer. Byte plus byte is what there? Integer. That integer is converted to what there? Byte. Now the cast operator is okay. It is required. Sir, I'll get my point or not? Now the cast operator is okay. Now it is required. There we are able to get what there? Result of the P1 plus P2 is what there? Integer. That integer is converted to what there? Byte. Then the value is provided to P variable. That's okay, fine. Right, so now observe carefully. Now Java C space tester.java. No compilation error. Java space. Now tell me, okay, then no compilation error, it's okay, confirmed it. Then what is the output here? What is the output here? Now P1 plus P2 is what there? 60 plus 70, what there? 130. If it is 130, then what value we are able to get? Come on, what's the value we are able to get? The formula is very clear. If it is 130, 130 minus 127, 3. 3 minus 1, 2. 2 minus 128. What is the value? Minus 126 is the value here we have to get. Now let me compile. Now let me execute this. Here we are able to get output is what there? Minus 126. All right, sir. Now this is the point here. Let me copy this. Right, sir. Now the status is like what there? No compilation error. Output is what there? Minus 126. This is a value here we are providing there. Next one is after that, one more example. You have to give answer, right answer for my question here. Say for example, float f is equal to 22.22 f, long L is equal to 10. Observe carefully, all of you know. Long L1 is equal to L plus F. Right, sir. Long L1 is equal to L plus F. Long plus float. Now L1 here I want display. What is the status, sir? Long plus float. What is the resultant? No. Long plus float. What is the resultant value? Float. Float is the resultant value, right? Float value we are trying to assign to what there? Long. Possible or not possible? Not possible. So what we have to do now? We need cast operator or not? All right. So now I'm going to provide cast operator like this. Observe carefully. Now tell me this time no. Tell me this time here what we are getting now. Observe carefully. Error, no error. Error, no error. How many of you are saying error? Please raise your hands now. Error. Okay. Now at least you need to have some thinking, sir. Here. Tell me here. This L is what there long. Now float is converted to what there long. Long plus long what? Long plus long. Long only. The long value you are trying to assign to what there long. Any error? Any error here? Calculation is very simple or not? Right. So now here we are not having any compilation error. I'm sure about it. No compilation error. Java C space test.java. No compilation error. No compilation error here. But what is that output we are getting there? Now tell me. What is that output? No. Float value is what there? Float value is what there? 22.2 TF. When we are converting that float to long, automatically the 22.2 TF will be converted to 22 only. Decimal value only able to take. Got my point or not? Whenever it is converting from float to long, no, what it is providing there? Only 22 only it is provided. Answer my point here. 22 only here we are getting. Alright, sir. Whenever we are getting 22, no, long plus long value is already what there? 10 now. 10 plus 22. What is the value now? 10 plus 22. What is the value here we are able to get there? 33 is the value here we are getting. Now let us check this clearly. Java space test 32 is the value here we are getting. Right, sir. Now this is simple calculation here we have to understand. One example. Now, okay, the status is what there? No compilation error. Output is what there? 32. In the same example, one more small manipulation, but try to understand it. Now tell me. Max, you are able to get this type of examples when you written test. Now tell me, what is the status of it? Float f is equal to 22.2 f, and the next one is what there? Long L is equal to 10, long L1 is equal to float L plus long f, system outed print L of L1. What you are getting there? Error, no error. Error we are getting. Why, sir? Why we are getting error? No. Here long is converted to what there? Float. Float is converted to what there? Long. That means what there? Float plus long. Float plus long is what there? Float. Float plus long is what there? Float. Float cannot be assigned to what there? Long. That's why here we are getting what there? That error here. No. Definitely we are able to get what there? Compilation error. Right. Sir. Now Java C space test.java. Error we are getting there. Incompatible types possible ASCII conversion from float to long. Right. So now the status is like what there? Compilation error. Next one, after this, all of you observe carefully. Another example. For example, double D is equal to 22.234 semicolon. This is double value. Okay. Double D is equal to 22.22234. Next one is after that. Float f is equal to bracket x d. Then system dot out dot println of. All right, so now d plus space f. All right, so now this is a program here. Now the question is what there? What are the possible values for x? What are the possible values for x? Now tell me guys, what is the answer here? No, as per the concept here, what we are able to provide there. Now I require the answer is what there. If you say byte here, what value we are able to get? What is that output we are able to get? If you say like what there int, what is the value? Like this here, I'm expecting some answers here. Some answers here we are expecting here. For example here, like I'm going to give anyway. I'll give answers to you. Know, try to understand it. No, what possible values are available there? Byte possible or not? Possible. Short is possible or not? Then what next one? No, int is possible or not? Okay. Next long is possible or not? Then what next one? Float is possible or not? So these many data types are possible. But my point is Observe carefully. If you provide byte here, what is that output? If you provide short, what is that output? If you provide int, what is that output here? In output point of view, variation is available. In output point of view, variation is available. So that answer here we require. Got it or not? In the same program, if you provide byte short int, one type of output we are getting. Of course, long also. But when we provide float, different output here we are getting there. Then what is that output here we are expecting? Now see this one. Later on I will give that information also. Answer is very clear. Required answer here we are getting there. But the point is what there? In the above program, if you provide byte comma short comma int and long in place of x, in place of x, then we are able to get the following output. In all these three cases, one type of output here we are able to get. What is that one here? Say for example, I want to provide byte. Observe carefully, I'm giving clarity. No, double is converted to what there? Byte. 22.234 will be converted to 22 only. Got my point or not? Now 22.234 to 22. That output here we are able to get. Java C space tester.java. Compiled successfully. Java space tester. 22.0. 1 minute. Yeah, exactly. Now the target type is what there? Float. Understand my point here? This is the right information. Double is converted to byte in the sense 22 only we are getting. When this byte is converted to float again, byte is converted to what there? Float. 22 is converted to what there? Float. 22.0. I get my point or not? When double is converted to byte, what's the value? No, 22.234 to 22. When byte is converted to what there? Float. When byte is converted to float, automatically the 22 value will come to what there? 22.0. That's why here we are getting that output. Right, so that output value should be like what there? This is an output here we are getting. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Then what next one here? Observe carefully. In the above program, if we provide float, that means if we provide float in place of, if we provide a float in place of x, then we are able to get the following output. What is that output here we are able to get there? Of course, even if we provide long, the same value here we are able to get. Whatever the output we are expecting here, the same output here we are getting there. Even if we provide long, okay? But now, if we provide this float, what output here we are able to get? Java C space tester.java, compiled successfully, Java space tester. Same output we are getting or not? So float is able to preserve the fraction values also, right? This is the point here I'm telling that the output value should be like what there? This one. Why? Because float is able to take that after the digit values. It able to take that. Right, so this is the variation in our content here. Another example, try to understand this. Say for example, double D is equal to 20.222, something else I have given there. Now, byte B is equal to D. System dot out dot println of B. System dot out dot println of B. Now tell me, what is the status of this? Error we are able to get or not? Error we are getting or not? Okay, fine. Then to come out from this error, what I have to do? To come out from this, what we have to do? We need to perform cast operator or not? Now observe carefully. The cast operator is what there? Say for example, I want to provide what there? Float. Tell me, still error, no error? Error only. Okay, now I need to go for cast operator like what there? Long. Still error, right? Then here I want to provide like what there? Int. Now again, now I want to provide short. Still error only. All right, sir. Now here I want to provide like what there byte. Error, no error. First of all, is the syntax is possible or not? You may get this type of questions only. Is this type of syntax is possible or not? These many cast operators are possible or not? These many cast operators are possible or not? Right. Answer is yes, it is possible. These many cast operators are possible. We can use these many cast operators. We don't have any problem. We don't have any problem. These many cast operators are possible, but I will give reason to you. Even though these many cast operators are provided, but what compiler will do? Compiler will check the leftmost cast operator provided data type with the left side variable data type. Compiler will not think about all. Get my point on it. Compiler will not think about all. Compiler will think only what their leftmost cast operator provided data type is compatible with the left side variable data type or not. Is it compatible with the left side variable provided data type or not? That compiler will check. Sir, got it or not? This is what compiler will check. All right, sir. Now, if it is a case now, then here byte is compatible with what their byte. So that we are not getting any compilation error. After that, no compilation error. We can understand it. Yes, it is possible. We can add these many things. Java C space tested.java. No compilation error we are getting. Okay, fine. But what next one here? Observe carefully. But at runtime, what JVM is able to do now? At runtime, explicitly, first JVM is converting the double value to what there? Float 22.222 will be converted to 22.222 only. Next float value will be converted to what there? Long. Now 22.222 will be converted to 22 only. 22 only. Right, sir. Long, when long value is converted to int 22 only. When int value is converted to short 22 only. When short value is converted to byte 22 only. So got my point or not? Now this is, now what is the output here we are able to get from this program there? Output value is what there? 22 Java space tester. Now here we are getting what's the value here? 22 only. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Alright, so now internally JVM is able to convert the double value to float, float value to long, long value to int value to short, short value to byte. Finally, we are getting output is what there? Finally, we are getting output is what there? Output value is 22. Output value is what there? 22. Here we are getting. Right. Similarly, another example. Similarly, another example. All of you observe carefully. Now here, I want to take all the things are okay, fine. Say for example, double D is equal to 22.22 here we have taken. Next one is what there after that. Right, sir. Say for example, byte B is equal to D, and where is the compilation error? Now here, I want to take it is long. Now I want to take it is a float. Now I want to take it is a right, sir. Now here I want to take it is a short. Now I want to take it is a int. Now I want to take it is byte. Even I want to take this in a char. In a different order are given there. What is the status now? What we are able to get? Error, no error. Error, no error. Error only. Try to check once again. Understand the previous example and present example. Compare the previous example. Then give the status now. Error, no error. Error, no error. What is the compiler duty now? What compiler no? Even though we provided these many, what compiler will check? Compiler will check only leftmost cast operator provided data type is compatible with the left side variable data type or not. That's the compiler work. Is compatible or not compatible? Compatible. Will you get any compilation error? Will you get any compilation error? No compilation error here. Java C space tester.java. No compilation error. No compilation error. But of course, output value is almost the same. What we are thinking there, expected output only. But internally, what happened? First, internally, what happened? Double value is converted to what? Long. Means that double value is what there? 22.22. That will be converted to log in the sense. What value we are able to get? 22 only. Only 22. When long value is converted to float, what value we are able to get? 22.0. 22.0. Alright, sir. When that value is converted to short, what value we are able to get? Only what value? No, 22 only. 22 we are getting. That 22 is converted to what there? Character. 22 might be an ASCII value for something else. What that one? We don't know. Something else. But again, that something else is converted to what there? Int. Means that what there? Again, it converted to what there? 22 only. Now 22 is converted to what there? Byte. 22 only. So final value is what there? 22. Now let me check it. Java C space. What's the value we are getting there? 22. Understand it, Ken? But most of the people may thought of it whenever we are providing care here, maybe some kind of problem they're expecting, But first of all, most of the people are saying compilation error here. No, it is not compilation error. Compiler will check only this one with this left side variable data type. No, both are compatible or not. Up to that only here we are able to get. Got it or not? So anyway, now this is an example here we have to understand. All right, sir. Now the answer is status is what there? No compilation error. No compilation error. Output is like what I'm telling to you. 22. 22 is an output here we are getting. That's okay, fine. So this is somewhat information about like what there. Explicit typecasting. Guys, all of you are getting my point or not? Explicit typecasting. Overall, tell me how many types of typecastings here we completed if you observe this. First of all, tell me what is typecasting? Process of converting data from one data type to another data type. What is the advantage of typecasting? Flexibility to use data. How many types of typecastings are available? Two types. What are the two types? No, primitive data types typecasting, and second one is what there? User different data types typecasting. Observe carefully. Then what is this user different data type typecasting? The process of converting data from one user different data type to another user different data type. To perform this user different data type typecasting, what we required? Either we required extends relation or implements relation. Means that either we required inheritance or polymorphism between the two user different data types. Now that's why we will discuss about this topic in object orientation, not here. Whenever we are understanding about inheritance, there we are able to discuss this topic. Now that's okay, fine. Then after that, after completion of this, what is primitive data type typecasting? The process of converting the data from one primitive data type to another primitive data type. Understand it clearly? How many types of primitive data types typecastings are available? Two types. What are the two types now? Implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. What is implicit typecasting? The process of converting the data from lower data type to higher data type. Right, sir? How can we calculate lower data type and higher data type now? Lower data type and higher data type. How can we calculate like this? Java has given a predefined chart. As per that predefined chart only, we are able to calculate. In that predefined chart also, don't think in the point of the sizes. On the base of what there, how much volume of data we are able to store. On the base of that only, lower data type and higher data type here we are able to calculate. Then what is the chart I have given there about these possibilities of implicit typecasting? Byte to short, short to int to long, long to float, float to double. Next one is what there? Char to byte. That's okay, fine. Some examples we have seen. Then after that, what is explicit typecasting? The process of converting the data from higher data type to lower data type. Right, sir. Again here, higher data type and lower data type. Again, what is the concept here? As per the predefined chart only. As per the implicit typecasting chart only, we are able to calculate. There also be some examples here we have seen. So finally, what we understood, totally what we understood there up to now. So in language fundamentals, the topics what I covered up to now. In language fundamentals, nearly 5 topics are available. What are the 5 topics now? First one is what there? Tokens. Next one is what? Data types. Next one is what? Typecasting. Next one is what? Java statements. Then after that, arrays. They are the 5 topics now. Already what we completed up to now, tokens we completed. Next one is what? Data types. Next one is what there? Typecasting. These are the things we completed there. The next topic is like what there? Java statements. Java statements. The topic is remaining. This here we have to understand. Right. First of all, before understanding these Java statements, first of all, tell me what is a statement? Simple. What is a statement in general? Statement is a collection of expressions. Statement is what there? Collection of expressions, not more than that. There's a pattern of expressions, some collection of expressions. That is called as what there? Statements. Next one is to prepare Java applications. Java has provided the following statements, list of statements. Number of statements are available that we have to understand. What are the various statements? First one is, understand this clearly. First one is general purpose statements. What are these general purpose statements here? What we are understanding about them? Observe carefully. These statements are very much common and very much frequent. These statements are very much common and very much frequent. Very much frequent in Java applications. Examples. What are the various examples I'm telling to you? Observe carefully. Declaring variables, or maybe declaring classes, abstract classes, right? Then what next one here? Interfaces and so on. Next one is declaring variables, methods. Then after that, creating objects for the classes. Then after that, after creating objects for the classes, no, then what next one here? Accessing variables, methods, and so on. So this type of statements are available in Java. These are very much common, very much frequent. No need to have any separate discussion for them. Automatically, they'll be covered throughout our Java. When we move on to the concepts, no, automatically these things are going to be covered. Especially when we go for object orientation, there we are able to see max classes, abstract class and interfaces, how to declare variables inside the classes, how to declare methods inside the classes, then all we are going to get automatically. These are the basic programming elements. All these are what they are? Basic programming elements. No need to have any separate discussion at present here. Automatically they will be covered when we start object orientation. Understand it clearly. Next one is after that. These are like what they are? General purpose statements. Next one is the second type. Second type of statements now. Conditional statements. The second type is like what they are? Conditional statements. What are these conditional statements actually? These statements are able to execute a block of instructions. The statements are able to execute a block of instructions under a particular condition. The statements are able to execute a block of instructions under a particular condition. Observe carefully. The statements are able to be executed under a particular condition. Right, so examples for these statements are like what there? If and it's related, if else and all. Next one is what there, then after that switch. These two are like what there? Conditional statements. Next up, third one is like what there after this now. Another thing here we have to understand. Third one is like what there? Iterative statements. Iterative statements. What we are understanding about these iterative statements now, these statements are able to execute a block of instructions repeatedly on the basis of a particular condition. Right, sir. These statements are able to execute repeatedly on the basis of a particular condition. Right, sir. What are these examples actually? For this, for, while, do while. Of course, here for is available. At the same time, another thing is what there for each is also existed here, but we'll discuss about it separately. So these are like what there iterative statements. This is third one. Next one. Fourth one is transfer statements. Transfer statements. What is the meaning of these transfer statements? No, these statements are able to bypass flow of execution from one instruction to another instruction. The statements are able to bypass flow of execution from one instruction to another instruction. All right, sir. Examples for these statements: break, then what next one? Continue. Break and continue. Right, sir. Observe carefully. Break and continue. Transfer statements. Next one is right. Then another one is existed here. That is like what there exception handling statements are available, but these statements, these exception handling related things, we will discuss in exception handling topic only, not here. For the sake of like what there safety of our applications, we are going to use some statements. No, these statements I will discuss with you in exception handling. What statement are available? Throw. Next one is what there try, catch, finally. This type of statements are existed. Next one is synchronized statements. Synchronized statements are existed here. Inside the synchronized statements now, all right, sir. Then we are able to have like what there synchronized methods, then synchronized blocks. These things are available, but these things we will discuss in multi-threading topic. Not required here, but there also be one type of statements there in Java, but these things are going to be understand in the future. In the future, like what there in exception handling and in multi-threading, not immediately. But as a list I have given that, but not required to discuss about them here immediately. Immediately, part of the language fundamentals, what we are discussing there. First of all, I will not go for any further discussion about the general purpose statements. No, this is max information. In the future, we may talk about them automatically. That immediately we are going to start with what their conditional statements. Then after that, what next one here? No, iterative statements. Next one is what their transfer statements. These statements we are going to understand immediately. We require analysis about all these concepts. No, yes, sir. All of you are getting my points or not? Right, sir. Then one by one. And moreover, I'm telling there, these are actually the language fundamentals. These are actually the language fundamentals. And one more thing I'm telling to you. For example, if we go for any enterprise application, an enterprise application, we are going to implement some logics, business logics we are going to implement. Remember carefully, business logic, 90% of the business logics we are going to implement just by using conditional statements and iterative statements only. Business logic is not like any other one. Maximum business logics we are going to be implemented with what there if else part only. In the cases, if we want to go for some repeated execution, then we are going to use what there for loop. Maybe in the worst case while loop. Maximum logics are going to be implemented with these two concepts only. So we are going to understand these concepts in more effective manner. Why? Because when we go for that enterprise application development, we should not get any doubt about these concepts. So that here itself, in core Java itself, we are going to understand in more effective way all these concepts here, like what they conditional statements, then after that like what they transfer, not conditional statements, the next iterative statements, Then after that, transfer statements are also we are able to use break and continue. Break and continue I'm going to use. Frequent I'm going to use in the future. Definitely I'm going to prepare some examples there where definitely I'm going to prepare what there. This is a break and continue kind of things now. So without failure, you must understand these concepts. No, these are the fundamentals. These are the actual language fundamentals for us. Up to now, whatever the concepts we discussed here, they're required. They're also important. But maximum implementations of this business logics, we are going to do with this if, else, then what next one can know? Loops. With these only, we are going to implement the logics. So we need to have clear-cut awareness on these concepts. Right, sir? Anyway, then that part I will discuss with you tomorrow. Tomorrow onwards, we are going to see the difference. Don't miss the tomorrow's class again. Tomorrow's class is also very, very important. I'm going to show some examples on if conditions there that we have to understand. Basic examples anyway, it's okay, normal. After that, I will go for some concept related examples. That understanding is very, very important for us. Without failure, try to attend for these classes. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow see the remaining part. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.